guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Ixion. I'm loving it. It's a bit of fun. I don't think it's very replayable. I don't know if I'll go through it all again, but I would like to see the end of the story.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
So the melon is over here now picking up some science, and then we'll once that's picked up, we'll have a look at what the collapsed food production district is looking like. I'm going to pop out and do the probe ever so quickly. Can we find ourselves another area to go to? We probably need to keep looking for mining sites. This is going to give us some stuff. Oh, there's another thing over here. I'm kind of tempted to do that and just send it in that direction also. But then we can also start picking up ice and other mining sites in the area. But I want to see about moving out first, and then we'll move on from there. Where was this site here? So let's pop out that one and see what that brings us. Let's keep playing the game. We should be collecting a fair bit of iron and all kinds of things. Probably quicker than we can mine it, to be honest, which is not a bad thing. You just need to make sure that we keep bringing it in. All integrity is dropping really quickly. That's probably about time for me to switch it back on again. Maybe when it gets to about 400, then we'll start switching that on again.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, let's see about this. So now we've got industrial zone wreckage. So there's plenty of stuff going on over here. I do wonder what's going to happen. Now let's pop in to the destroyed command center again. Okay, so administrator, the Remus coordinates aren't here. As you know, Vol coordinates are incredibly complex algorithms that require advanced technology for their storage and application. We did identify a storage area within the command center where such equipment, perhaps including that stolen from the Pythagoras, should have been held. It has been ripped away, shorn by cutting lasers and taken. There is a small hope. A single damage calculator terminal was found. Power supplied from the Tyqqun has allowed us to access it. It appears that the Itamananki's final moments, while they attempted to address the colossal damage done to their ship, the crew were able to identify and record the self-similar signature of their attacker as it withdrew. Perhaps they hoped to later mount some sort of pursuit to recover the stolen coordinates of Remus. We are now in possession of that signature. It belongs to the Piranesi, something like that. A ship of the Black Market Society. Ooh, this is where our hopes fades. The few officers' logs we have found that detail the attack are terrifying. It seems highly likely that the coordinates of Remus are now on board the Piranesi. Having processed the data we have found within the center, and thanks to old recordings of now inactive distress signals, we have been able to locate other parts of the Itamananki which have drifted across the system. End data listening protocols. Okay, now we can investigate further into the Piranesi's attack. The Ripley's team will analyze the Piranesi's attack on the Itamananki. The Tycoon should be kept in close proximity to supply power. Determine the Itamananki's previous mission objectives. The Ripley's team will review Itamananki mission reports to learn more about its objective. The Tycoon should be kept in close proximity to supply power. So I think I'm gonna look at the mission first so I can kind of understand what they were busy trying to do. I think that gives us a little bit more to go on. Then at the same time, what I'll do is I'll pop in here and see. So, summary of intelligence. Our sensors have located a section of the Itamananki drifting in the vacuum of space. Our initial readings are registering a lot of organic debris. We are on site. This part of the Itamananki was responsible for the ship's food production. Production was divided into two zones, vegetal and animal. We have also identified a self-contained area generating a heat signature. The area is small, but it is not impossible that some survivors may be sheltering there. Investigate the vegetal zone, investigate the animal pens, make a cautious approach towards the self-contained area, invasively breach the self-contained area, leave the wreckage of the food production district. The male teams will investigate the food production area. I'm kind of interested in doing those first, because maybe we kind of get into a fight over there or something. Alternatively, we can get help here to do the rest. So make a cautious approach towards the self-contained area. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Go about doing that. Unpause while this is underway. We are busy moving stuff fairly rapidly back in. We're not mining as quickly as we probably should have. Okay, let's pop in there and see what is the next thing we're going to research. Let's pause it for a second and we see we've got 81 science. We're going to get more science shortly. So we can certainly make a start. We don't have any hydrogen, but I wouldn't mind to do a little bit of this, but that'll require a constant source of mining. The cargo ships, we can research even faster movement of the cargo ships, which is also something that I'm not too against. Then we can have here mining ships mine a little bit faster. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do the upgrade on this one. Science ships over here. Do we have anything else we need to do? Oh, they'll just move faster. Science generated during exploration is increased. Designed instruction docking by upgrade is required. Designed instruction. Spaceship construction speed. But we're needing that to get even further. But we'll need this one first anyway. So I'm thinking that, but I'm thinking the mining piece is the first one. Oh, we can even do this. Mining ships extract 10% more resources. Okay, hang on. Let's get the designed instructions in there. Loading and unloading resources from docking bays is 10% faster. See, this kind of stuff, we need to be optimizing ourselves a little bit. Let's get some of those things sorted out. We should have a fair bit of science coming through now. Anyway. Okay. So this is iron being unloaded here, I'm assuming. Yeah, so iron is being unloaded. We'll want to keep a fair bit of iron on site so that we can go from there. Hull integrity is dropping and we'll start looking at that in just a minute. Here we have people saying, while Sector 1 has contained potential new crew members in cryopods for a while now, there are no active cryonic centers in the sector. This leaves the crew extremely concerned. No one likes cryonic sleep. And some of them still remember the first cryonic accidents during the Earth's epidemics. To allay their fears, the cryopods inhabitants should be awoken as soon as possible. Pledge to turn on every cryonic center in Sector 1 for 30 cycles. Luckily, we only have the one. Let them rest. I think we can do that, and then we'll get more crew members, and then we should probably start looking at opening up another sector as well. I think so. Let's do that in the data. Okay, so we'll turn on. Okay, so let's turn it on. Oh, we do have enough power though. Yes, luckily, and we do have enough people to work it. Yeah. So anyway, we'll turn that on, and we'll start moving people. We'll have to see. Let's just have a look. We don't have enough room to house people here, right? So if we have a look at that, we've got already more than... What's happening? The population is 614. Housing capacity is 600. But I think we've got a few people in space. We've got some colonists as well. Should we just leave them popping up into this area, or should we move them to Sector 3? Sector 3 has room. There's a bit of room in Sector 3. So let's start moving them to Sector 3 then. We'll say as soon as you're done, workers to Sector 3, non-workers to Sector 1. Let's do that. And are we doing another round? No training in progress. Let's get another round going, so we'll get the extra colonists going.
You can implement a new policy.
That's fine. I don't necessarily want to do that now. And Sector 2 can get one, and Sector 3 will get one shortly. Okay, lots of stuff happening. We have a probe available. So let's pop around and see what the next spot is we're going to go to. There's a bit of silicone there. I might do these things first. So let's pop out another one over there and find all of our points of interest nearby first. We're still needing to collect a lot of this stuff. So there's a fair bit of science ready to go here. Is there... Oh, that's going slowly. That is going much quicker at the moment. Okay.
Caution. Hull integrity below 50%.
Okay, switch hull integrity back on again. Oh, 350. Yeah, that's a good number. Now we quickly get our hull integrity back. So this stuff coming in. Now, Sector 1 already has too many homeless people. So the question is, do we go about building yet another kind of... that's optimized quarters, really. We can certainly build some additional housing over here, can't we? I'm kind of tempted to continue building the demotic quarters, because that at least keeps us happy. Having more unopened from more corpses floating outside the station. What does that mean? Oh, every 3.5 cycles. Okay, so we really need to get out of here ASAP, because they're all going to drop more, it seems. Like -1 from corpses floating outside the station. 3.5 cycles. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so we need more housing over here. Let's just build some basic housing. I don't want to use too much of our... actually, we've got the electronics coming in. So if we're going with population... And what is this fire station thing? Dispatches trucks to put out fires. I'm very worried that we haven't got it and that we may need it. We need more power, though, if we're going to start running optimized quarters. 1... That's just 2 for double the amount. I'm going to go and do this thing. I'm going to slot it in potentially over there. Or do we replace one of these? Well, we're gonna start needing them, right? So let's just get another demotic quarter in there. For the time being, I might move it, and then what we'll do is, once that's built, I'll drop this one down. See how that goes. Everybody else seems to be fairly happy. Let's pop out of here. We really need to move from this area, I think. And we are busy doing some research. Yeah, that's fairly slow going at the moment. Yeah, silicone is coming in fairly quickly, though. So hopefully we can continue to create these things in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah. Okay. Sector 1. Lots and lots of housing available over here. How's our food? Yeah, food is growing. Food is growing like a wildfire. Lots of food available.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, let's well, actually, before I see, let's just have a look. Is that going? Ooh, 1 cycle. Okay. Pop over here straight away. By powering the command center, the Ripley's team was able to extract and analyze core mission data. The Etamanonki was a UN ship initially launched to find other exoplanets. Okay. Early data logs from their voyage indicate a glaring lack of preparation to accomplish such a task. In the absence of a habitable exoplanet, they seem to have concentrated on the search for what the UN had designated as enemies of humanity, Dolos, and the Aztangites. By boarding the protagonist, the Etamanonki was able to locate Remus. Oh, I see. In the data listening protocol. Now let's investigate this. We've got 3 more cycles, which means we will be dropping into further levels of distress. So what I'm kind of tempted to do is I'm going to pop out of this and I'm going to take the Tycoon and we're going to move away to somewhere else, right? And I'm kind of thinking the industrial zone over there. So if I say Tycoon, move over there, that's 1.6 cycles. all of our power should be fine. Let's quickly check that out. And we'll just come back. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and not get the floating corpses sickness thing, because it's going to get even worse now, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather go away and then come back a little bit later. We're collecting the science at the moment anyway. We'll just leave the Ripley around here for a bit of time. Oh, I wanted to check our batteries. So Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3, all at 1.9. How's our ice? I need to find new ice. That's the thing. I need to find new ice. So this one is going to get us here in 1.6 cycles. That should be okay. So let's move it there. All power from the main grid will be diverted to EKP systems during the 1.6 cycle Tycoon movement. Sectors will be powered by batteries during this time, and in an event requiring the Tycoon is in progress. Initiating movement now will pause the event. Initiate the movement. Absolutely. Get away from that for the time being. I'll come back. At the moment, we should be able to collect that. We'll come back for this event. Don't worry about it. Unpause. We're moving, and so hopefully that means people are not going to be too worried. The probe has completed a scan and discovered a new point of interest over here. Another little source of something. Then I want to move another probe out. And this time I need to find ice. Can we find lots of ice nearby? So let's pop in the ice. Let's pop that one in. Oh, yeah, it's actually while the Tycoon is moving, we're sorting that out. So if I pop in here now, is everybody... They're still fairly unhappy due to the stuff there. Is stuff powered down? Why is it neutral over here? Oh, yeah, there we go. Dropped out of that issue. Excellent, that's good. So that looks reasonable. Science is being collected, and we should find ice now.
Has completed its scan.
That's a fair bit of ice there. Okay, so now we've got a reasonable amount of... Okay, so what I want to do is this other guy, instead of mining this or that, right? The next thing you're going to do is mine the ice. So it'll finish off the silicone, and then it'll go and mine the ice. And then I need to move one of these ships back to probably Nesmith or Diogenes. Oh, actually, both of them maybe back to Sector 3 and start bringing in ice. I think that's going to be quite important. So let's keep doing that. Oh, these are...
Entering debris field.
What? The station is now... What? The station is now vulnerable to meteorological event damage. How is that? We're out of the corpse field, aren't we? My goodness. Are we building that house? Yeah, that housing is coming up. Really? We're now in line of debris fields? Okay, we should get there fairly soon. Let's just get there. Picking up science, which is good. And park. Stop moving. There we go. In place. Technology design instruction has been unlocked. Now let's pop in. Now again, the station is surrounded by floating corpses. Morale will be affected. Oh, unless we move. Ah, I see. I see. Okay, so we will have to move every few cycles. So what we'll do is we'll stand here for a little while, and then we'll move back. Okay. Interesting prospects that we have here. Now, let's click on this. So I'm going to pause it a few times. Oh, crew members killed. No, upon entering the area, the crew of the Melon were confronted by a UN soldier exhibiting extreme signs of dementia, yelling the words, "Die, dollar scum." They opened fire on our team. The confrontation ended with the depressurization of the area due to projectile fire and the death of both the soldier and two of the Melon team. Investigating what they could afterwards, the team has concluded that this was a place of indoctrination for the surrounding production zone workers. Remains of a statue dedicated to the glory of the Etamananki commanders were found, as well as other art pieces aimed at condemning the enemies of humanity, Dolos and the Astangites. Okay, so it seemed like they went along the path of fairly extremist kind of behavior. Now, we've lost a few people, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and investigate the vegetal zone over there. I know we need some more people, but that's okay. We'll leave it be for the time being. That will start working there. Once I can actually start moving moving one of these guys. The Nesmith. Anyway, once there's some ice available, I should actually just move the Nesmith straight away. Nesmith, come over here. And also the Diogenes. Where is the Diogenes over here? Yeah, Diogenes. So move the Diogenes in as well, and they will start bringing for us ice, because we do need the ice. We're out of ice. So that should be, yeah, getting mined straight away. Let's pause it for a second. So now these guys are over. We will no longer let you to do that. What you will do instead is you will bring on ice, hopefully at a rapid pace. Now, we should do the next piece of research. So let's pop in here, have a look. There's plenty of research that can be done. I'm not going to do any of that. What I'm going to do now, so now the docking bay design instruction is done. Parts, so now resources from docking bay is 10% faster. That's okay. We can probably look at that. In the meantime, we can now start upping these things. Cargo ships can store 20% more resources. That's quite useful. Endoscopic drilling, mining ships extract 10% more resources from a deposit. That's really useful too. But also the faster mining is important. So let's go with faster mining, then we'll do that one, and then we'll improve our cargo ships even more. I'm hoping that that's a good strategy for us to use. We are holding on with regards to all of the resources we need. Lots of silicone available for us, which is good. Lots of carbon available, so we can build ships if we needed to. Potentially start mining a little bit more aggressively. Now we've picked up all of the stuff here. I'm not gonna be doing. I'm just gonna. Okay, let's get the next probe launched. More ice in this location. Let's see if there's any. There should be. I get the feeling that's the one we want to find out, because that seems to be. Yeah, that seems to be where we want to be going. Everybody seems happy. Oh, neutral over here because of the -1 there. Ice is coming back in, which is good. So our food supply should be maintained, or should retain. All integrity is coming back up. Thrust is really good. Power is really on the cusp of being out, and I do need to keep a little eye on that and not run into too much trouble with that one. Lots of iron everywhere, ready to be moved through. And we need to keep this thing on and keep building. So that's done. So we should have a lot of housing space. So let's dismantle this one. And then we'll put another demotic quarter over there. We should be quite comfortable with these. And then when we want to open up this one, we should be able to do that fairly easily. Fairly easily we can do that.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Let's pause it. Science ship has already done some stuff here. Okay, what's going on here? Drilling through several layers of debris, the Melons team finally reached the vegetable production area. They were greeted by the floating corpses of UN soldiers and crew. A few district workers seem to have reached emergency cryopods before depressurization. Oh, more cryopods. Hydroponic technology was used aboard the Itamananki to grow fruits and vegetables in large vertical aisles. Recovered yield reports details how hierarchical rationing preserved the rarest of foods for the higher-ranking crew members. Although the remaining food production facilities are unusable, a few intact storage containers were found by the team. Retrieved resources have been prepared for extraction. New technology upgrade, personalized instructions upgrade unlocked for crop farm. Interesting. We get some science, we get some food, and we do have some cryonic pods over here in the data listening protocol. Let's look at the animal pens, and we need to have a look at where we're heading with
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Oh, that's a bad one. DLS center has been disabled in Sector 3. That is going to make us struggle. That is going to make us struggle. Let's pop in there and have a quick look. So Sector 3. Oh, it's neutral. No, seems reasonable. Seems okay. Everybody should have a bed. Yeah, all good. Everybody should be all good here. We don't have anywhere for this guy to be dropping off the iron. So what we may do is we may switch this over to iron. And then we'll do this and say iron needs to please move to that side. So this extra iron here should be moved over. Okay, unload more ice for us, I think. Excellent, more ice coming in. That's good. We should keep this watered. We are out of storage space for food, it would seem. There's enough there. Technology adaptive extraction protocols has been unlocked. Let's pop back in here, have a look at the next technology that I'm after. This one is mining 20% faster. And this is getting extra resources, 10% more, which at some of these rates could be quite a lot. If we're getting 800, that's an extra 80 stuff. So let's go ahead and research that one. And then from there, do we try and pick up more resources from each cargo ship run? I think so. Maybe for the time being, let's just hold off on that. Let's just get the mining ships a little bit better. Now, what I also want to just make sure we keep an eye on is that we have another 2 more cycles. So let's just make sure we leave before that's too problematic. So there's another little island thingy over here. Let's grab a probe launcher and see where we can. Oh, there's tons of silicone over here. I don't want to be collecting too much stuff. Oh, lots of stuff here on the edge. It's in there is a point of interest. I may as well shoot it over that way and we'll have a look. Okay, we're almost going to end this episode, and that is still being deconstructed, but we don't have any room for it. So what I'll do is I'll pop some alloys in here and switch that on. Now we're really at the cusp. We can't go any further. But yeah, really at the cusp now. Lots of food. Ice is coming in at a reasonable rate, though. Now we're doing fairly well. I mean, look at how quickly our silicones are coming up, and we can probably do better with our polymers as well. Not that there's any further storage for it at the moment. We may as well build an extra piece. Let's quickly build an extra area here so that we can store some more polymers, because this is starting to become a little bit of a problem. Not that we're actually collecting any more carbon, but let's move through it and store more polymers. Polymers is useful for building further solar power. How much? Okay, hang on. Let's just double check this again. What? Are we? I thought we were in a debris field. Really? So that's all dropped out? That's interesting. I just want to see how much this thing can store. It doesn't actually tell me how much it can store, because at some point you will lose it, right? Harvesting of up to 4 algae plantations using a moderate amount of water to produce a large amount of food. It's got food in stock, but it's not necessarily saying anything bad.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Okay, interesting. Let's pop in over here and see who's requesting what now. It's over here with food. Administrator, the animosity between former crew members of the Protagoras and Etimananki is becoming a problem. Accommodating survivors from both crews together in the Tycoon threatens the stability of the station. Klein protocols recommend temporary separation until tensions ease. Initiate population transfer and individuals will be sorted automatically using DLS data. 100 crew members will be moved from Sector 1 to Sector 2 to address this. We do not have time for this. We must put aside our differences and move forward. I think we should do that. I don't think we should be moving crew members around. We're not set up, I think. Well, we can accommodate additional people in Sector 2, to be honest. So let's do that. All we need to do is build them some housing. So let's do that.
A science ship team has completed a task.
We've got an hour overload. Oh, yes, I've finished.
Leadership is falling.
Forget about it. They're happy for me. I need
Power supply overloaded.
Need to sort out. So I need to switch something off then. Probably we'll switch off this one. So let's switch that one off.
Restored.
We'll restore the power, even though that's what we kind of built that one for. But that's okay. And we can probably switch off this, to be honest. Let's switch that one off too. We don't need that. Now, in Sector 2, we need more and better housing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clear out these two. Hopefully there's enough room to move the stuff, but there should be. And then I'm going to put the Demotic Quarter in there. And then I'm going to end the episode once I start the planning for this. So Sector 2 has a ton more people. 22 of the 222 crew members in Sector 2 are lacking housing. That's not bad. 1. That's okay. As soon as you move this one out for me, I will start work on a Demotic Quarter here. Population. Give me a Demotic Quarter. Probably up on that side there. Just pause it for a second while I quickly think about this. So we can put 2 of them in here, right? Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of wondering whether we instead maybe... Yeah, see these things. Yeah, anyway, we've got room here. Let's just build it here and get it done with. Let's build one of those. We've got what we need here. So let's just get it built. We'll try and provide a little bit of housing here. I'll then, once that one's done, move the other one as well. We have a little bit of time to relocate them. So we'll build some extra quarters and then we'll move them over. And then hopefully that means we'll get even better stuff going on here. Okay, guys, we do need to set up some additional research now. So we'll have a look at that in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. And if you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. We're having fun, aren't we? Bye-bye.